All right. Welcome, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 26, 2014. My name is Michael Coates, and I'm here on behalf of OWASP. I'm joined with Mark Major, who is on here by video. Oh, wait, we just went to black. He is without audio. We always have interesting challenges with Google Hangouts. But nonetheless, here we are to another OWASP community update. The agenda for the update is always on the wiki. You can find that by searching for community updates. You'll find the master page with all of the agenda notes for each session and also today's meeting agenda. So the goal of these meetings is to give a brief update on what's going on around OWASP all over the world. We have OWASP in over 100 countries, 230 or so chapters, around 40 to 42,000 participants in various fashions. And so it's nice just to check in every few weeks and see what's happening throughout the world. So I'll go ahead and switch over to the agenda and just talk about a few things that are going on. All right. So a couple big things I wanted to call out in terms of upcoming events. Mark is here on the line for one big reason, because in just a few weeks we've got our major OWASP event in Denver, Colorado, AppSec USA 2014. That'll be happening September 16th through 19th. There are still tickets available, so I encourage you to check that out on the website. If you click on that big old banner there or search for AppSec USA, you'll quickly go to the main website for the event. It's going to be an amazing event in Denver, just a short plane ride away for those of you, and a lot of people in the Denver area that can join. Also, the talks and the conference agenda is, of course, online. Lots of really exciting talks. Here in the Bay Area, we had one of those talks give a little preview the other day, and we drew a huge crowd. So I encourage you to check that out. It's going to be a great time. Other upcoming events. We've got the OWASP Board 2014 elections. The candidates have been announced, and those are online. Please, if you're an OWASP member, take a look at what's going on there. We've got a list of candidates, and we'll have more information coming about why you should consider voting for each of those, what they want to do with the OWASP Board, OWASP as a whole. But again, great way to get involved, cast your vote for shaping the future of OWASP. One other item to mention, OWASP Asia Tour. That's in the planning phases, and you want to contact Tobias if you're interested in that. There will be stops in Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and China. So if you're a chapter throughout Asia and you want to get involved, contact Tobias. And also if you have a great technical presentation that you think could be added to this tour, again, contact Tobias. His email address is in the agenda of the meeting there. Alrighty. So moving right along, let's see here. In our chapters section, we maintain a chapter calendar. Actually, it's a calendar of all OWASP events. And so you can jump into that Google Calendar and you will see all the events that are going on worldwide. We have one event coming up that's on the calendar for September 2nd in OWASP Israel. And we have a variety of events that have just recently happened. There was a meeting in the Bay Area here where we had two talks, one on cloud security, one on the Internet of Things. There was an event last week in New York City where they talked about WAFs, I believe, and one other item that we have later in the agenda. There's a meeting in Switzerland last week. There's also an upcoming monthly meeting in LATAM. LATAM's a big region, so we should probably see where that's at. So Fabio's got the information on that. But again, lots of things going on in the OWASP calendar. I encourage you to check that out. Lots of events. And also, if you're running a chapter, make sure you get your events in there so everybody can find out what's going on. All right. Sliding down into the conferences area, we already mentioned AppSec USA, of course. Just another mention that OWASP AppSec EU completed just a few weeks ago. The videos are online. We have all the talks on the OWASP YouTube channel, and a variety of podcast interviews are up for that. One of the other major items we do, of course, in addition to the community, in addition to chapters and all of our outreach, is projects. And so a couple projects to call out. The OWASP JSEC CVE details, a new project that just recently started. It's an open source application developed in Java to use the API from CVE details to receive latest CVE updates. So check that out, see where that's going. Perhaps you can contribute to that or use that project. And also, Tobias, we mentioned earlier, working hard on the OWASP CISO survey, and this is just recently launched in another fashion. So they're collecting additional data. The survey is available in a variety of languages: English, Chinese, Hebrew, and Japanese. So we have links to the survey and ways to help out with that. One of the other things we've started doing with the community updates is highlighting some of the different talks that have happened around the world. Now, if you are part of a chapter or gave a talk yourself at an OWASP event, on a developer event, anywhere really, talking about security, OWASP projects, OWASP materials, really encourage you to update this agenda each month with that information. This is largely a curated agenda. And here are just a handful of items that have happened recently. So I mentioned in the OWASP Bay Area in San Francisco, Paul McMillan talked about attacking the Internet of Things with time. And Ben Hagan from Netflix talked about cloud security at scale and what it means for your application. In New York City, Renee Aguero talked about defending the new perimeter, and David Memon talked about WAF is not enough. And over in Switzerland, Stephen Horlacher talked about client-side flash security. I don't think it made the list here. Well, it didn't. I didn't see it. But I also know that someone from Adobe talked down in Southern California about cloud security as well. I believe that was Peleus. Nonetheless, this is a great way to see the different talks going on. And if you're a chapter in the area, perhaps you can grab these speakers for talks of your own. And if you're looking for how to get your speakers, transportation, get them in town, we skipped over it, but sliding up just a bit, there is a chapter page on funding. So that's where you want to go to find out about chapter funds you may have already in your organization. Membership and corporate supporters may be donating a portion of their funds to you. These are things that you can use in your chapter for things like bringing in speakers, pizza, helping get venues, a whole bunch of information on the funding page that's on the screen. Sliding down back into some of the talks and outreach, Black Hat Arsenal, August 6th and 7th, we had ZAP, PCI Toolkit, and Dependency Check presented in the Black Hat Arsenal tools. That happened, of course, in Vegas. So lots of good outreach there, lots of new people finding out about those tools. We also had an OWASP booth at the event. Lots of volunteers and our foundation staff were there to man that booth. Interesting, I found that when we reached out to people and said, hey, have you heard about OWASP? They said, of course, like we were crazy. So that's both good and bad. It's great that we're getting the message out there. It's great that so many people know about us. But it also sounds like we need to find new venues and new locations to keep going to, so people are like, oh, I've never heard of that. This is amazing. So hopefully we can keep doing Black Hat, spreading the good knowledge there, and finding new places. I've floated the idea out there a few times before, but wouldn't it be great if OWASP in the next 12 months picked out, let's throw out a number, 100 developer conferences and figured out how we could get there in one way or another through talks, through booths, through supported sponsorship. That's something I've been toying with and sharing more and more, and I think that'd be a great direction for us to go. Another new addition to the agenda, OWASP in the news. So we get some good media mentions, some articles written about us. A few of them are captured here. A VentureBeat article that I authored about Internet of Things. I was able to mention the OWASP Internet of Things top 10. We also had a really good conversation kickoff on the community mailing list about Internet of Things and some of the security challenges there. Internet of Things is also mentioned in the second article on the SysCon website, so you can read more about that. And there's a recent partnership between OWASP and OAS, the Organization of American States, and OAS did a press release. So find out more at the link included. So we had a pretty quick agenda here today. but I thought it'd be good to check in. Also, I guess with no audio, but visually, introduce Mark, who's there. Mark, wave for everybody. Oh, Mark's frozen. Well, there he is, nonetheless. So you will see Mark at OWASP AppSec USA in Denver. He's one of the main coordinators of that event. Really looking forward to that event. It's just a few weeks away. And lots of good things coming up in the future and throughout OWASP. So if you're running a chapter, please help out. Get your talks into the agenda. Get those things online. Share them so the world can see. If you're leading a project, keep up the good work. Certainly use the community updates as an opportunity to get new status updates, call for volunteers, just generally promote your project. And if you're finding out about OWASP for the first time, visit us on the wiki, visit some of our local chapter events, and find out how you can help out more and how we can keep helping you out. If you're seeing something that's missing, it's a wiki for a reason. We'd love your help. And also we'd love your ideas as other people want to jump in. So we kept it pretty short today, but I hope to see you all very soon. And of course, we're always here on the interwebs, and hopefully all of us will see each other in person in just a few weeks in Denver. So that's all for today, a quick one, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.